everyone, welcome back to Unicorn Dust Designs. My name is Sammy. If you're new to my channel, welcome. We do DIYs, wood signs, and there's always tons of laughter. Today is Saturday, which means Spotlight Saturday, and I cannot wait to share this creator with you. She has been on YouTube for quite some time now, and I am absolutely shocked that she does not have a huge community of subscribers that are loving on her and her channel. So with that said, I cannot wait to share her with you. Let's go ahead and get into her DIYs.
Hi friends, let me start with the first project. We're going to be using this wood sign that I got at Dollar Tree, and I got it this year. I'm going to remove the hanger and also the image. It was really simple and easy to remove the image. I just want to show you how easy it was to remove the image. And to paint it, we're using the Rust-Oleum paint on color white. I just love to use this color because it goes very well with my decor that I put in my house. And I just did one coat, and I didn't want to cover it all the way because I want the cardboard to show a little bit. I'm gonna create this chip look that I love to do in my projects. So I just grabbed my ruler and my pencil, and I went over twice so they can be a little bit dark, the lines. And I just grabbed a piece of paper towel, and it's a little bit wet, and it's way easy to distress the lines. Before you guys see me that I was just distressing the lines, you know, with my finger. The other thing that I decide, I'm like, the sign is too clean for me. Let me go over a little bit with the anti-wax, and it was a touch that I need. I'm gonna be using two small wood boxes that I got at Dollar Tree, and I just removed the hanger. And once I remove the hanger, I decide to cover the holes with a little bit of the spackling, and I just let it dry for a little bit. And to paint it, we're using the anti-wax. I just wet the sponge a little bit. It's way easy to put the anti-wax, and also at the same time, we don't use that much paint, you know. And I repeat the same step with the other one. And once they're completely dry, I decide to distress it a little bit with the Rust-Oleum paint, and I didn't want to cover it all the way because I want this beautiful anti-wax to show a little bit. The next thing, we're using two painter sticks that I got at Amazon, and I just cut it to the side of the sign, and I just sanded a little bit the edges with a piece of sandpaper, and I'm using again the same anti-wax to paint it. And once they're completely dry, I just went over again with the same Rust-Oleum. I want to do the same technique that I did with the small wood boxes, and I just want to show you how they will look once you distress it a little bit with that Rust-Oleum paint. I just removed this family metal sign from this wood sign. I just used one cotton Mod Podge on the top so it can hold way better the paint. And the paint that I'm using, I got it at Home Depot. It's this color like light green or celery. It's beautiful, the color. The next thing, I'm going to be using these beautiful stickers that I got at my Dollar Tree, and I'm going to be distressing it a little bit with the Rust-Oleum paint. And once we're done, we're just gonna put it to a side. So first, I just grabbed the two pieces of the painter sticks and I'm just gonna place one in the top and the other one in the bottom. And to glue them, I'm using wood glue and a little bit of the hot glue so it can hold it in place. For me, it was more easy to grab my pencil and kind of like trace a line so I can guide for those lines so it can be a little bit even, you know. And I'm gonna do the same step with the two small wood boxes, and I just put one in each side. I'm gonna grab that family mirror letter and I'm gonna place it on the middle, and I just use hot glue to glue it, but I think it's way better for permanent hold to use it 6000. Also, I grabbed the 4 pieces of the sticker and I just place one on each side and I place it on the top of the painter stick, and I just use hot glue to glue it, but if you guys want, you guys can use it 6000. And the other thing that I decided to do, I just grab a little bit of the spackling just to cover the holes on the top of the sign, because I want to reuse this hanger that I had on hand. Or if you guys decide not to cover the holes, you guys can grab just a piece of jute twine and it will look beautiful too, to use it as a hanger. And to place inside of the small wood boxes, you guys can use anything, like any greenery, flowers. I decided to grab this lavender and I just place it, and that's the only thing that I did for this beautiful sign. I just love it how it turns out. But please let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think about our first project? I just want to take a minute to introduce myself to you guys. Hi, my name is Daisy. In this channel, you guys will find a lot of farmhouse decor and other dollar store DIYs, and also thrift store flips, and tons of home decor and easy and budget friendly projects. I hope you guys enjoy. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I really appreciate if you guys subscribe to my channel. If you do love what you see, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Thank you so much. For our next project, I'm gonna be using this piece of wood that I got at thrift store, and it was only 50 cents. And I decided to use this spray paint on color black to paint it. I just did one coat and I just let it dry completely. And to paint it on the top, I went over with the Rust-Oleum paint. First, I was thinking just to hang this beautiful sign, you know, because it had this already hanger on the back, and I was just thinking to do something different, but in the end I did something else. So I removed the hanger, and once it's completely dry, I went over with a piece of sandpaper just to remove a little bit of the paint. And you guys can see a little bit of the black paint that we did under. It came out, you know, and it turned out really beautiful. I'm gonna be using this beautiful free printable that I got from this talented friend Haiti Sambol, and I will link it down the video so you guys can see like where she links that free printable. And I had it for a really long time. I know I have the Cricut machine to create just a simple beautiful bee, you know, but I'm like, I have this beautiful image and I just want to use it. So, and here's the part where I decide to remove the hanger. I just did one cut on Mod Podge so we can put the bee on the top, and I just sealed the bee with another cut on Mod Podge, and I just put it to a side. I let it dry completely. The next thing we're gonna be using this braid teaser game that I got from a Dollar Tree, and I found this on the children's section, and I just cut the string in the center, and you're gonna have all these beautiful wood beads, we could say that, and I'm just gonna be using the brown ones, and I grabbed 4 pieces, and I'm gonna be using hot glue to glue them on the back of the piece of wood. I think it's way better to use wood glue. And once I was done, I decided to distress it a little bit on the edges, and for that I'm just using the Waverly anti-wax, and I just distress it a little bit and also on the top of the image, and it turned out really beautiful. If you guys want to leave the wood beads on this color brown, you guys can leave it, and I think it will look beautiful too. I just want to show you, if you decide to paint it, how it will look. And for that, I just grabbed a little bit of the Rust-Oleum paint, and I just did 1 coat, and I just let it dry. Let me know in the comments down below, do you guys like better the first option or the second option? For the next project, I'm going to be reusing this beautiful small ladder that I had on hand, and I'm going to remove the small clay pots. It had kind of like a screw under. It was really easy to remove it. And to paint the small ladder, I'm using the Rust-Oleum paint on color white. I did first 1 coat, and I just let it dry. And once it was dry, it needed a second coat. And I just want to mention, it's really simple and easy to create this small ladder using wood pieces from Dollar Tree, and Dollar Tree is carrying these small clay pots. I'm gonna be distressing the small clay pots, and for that I'm using this beautiful paint that I got at Home Depot. I'm just gonna be using a little bit of the paint because I didn't want to cover all the way the brown it had under. It's really beautiful. And the second one, you guys can see it needs a little bit of the paint. I'm gonna be using this free printable that I got at Pinterest, and I just cut a few pieces, and I just used this Mod Podge to place it. And once I placed the image, I just did a second coat on the top to seal very well the image, and I put it to a side, and I repeat the same step with the other 2 small clay pots. The next thing, we're using this Waverly anti-wax to distress it a little bit the image. They were too clean for me, and also I distressed it just on a few parts, the small clay pots, and I decided to distress also the small ladder. If you guys don't love to distress your pieces, don't worry, you guys can just skip this step. And once we're done distressing this beautiful ladder, we're just gonna grab the 3 small clay pots, and we're just gonna place them back on the top of the small ladder. I'm gonna be using this Spanish moss, and I decided to use a little bit of hot glue so it can hold it on place. And the next thing, we're gonna be using this beautiful greenery that I got at Dollar Tree. It's really beautiful. It was the first time that I see them, and I just cut a few pieces, and I just used a little bit of hot glue, and I decided to reuse the same hanger. I was thinking to use just a piece of this plant hanger, and I couldn't find it. And once I was done filming the part, I found it, and I decided to switch it for a piece of this plant hanger, and it was the touch that I need. It turned out really adorable. I just love it. But please let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think about this other project? For our next DIY, we're gonna be using these beautiful wood candle holders that I got at this thrift store, and it cost $2, and there were only 2 pieces. I was looking for a few more, but that was the only 2 pieces that we got, you know. I'm gonna be using this spray paint. So what I did, I just did 1 coat and I just let it dry completely. I did something wrong. I forgot to do 1 coat of this spray, like to seal, so it can hold way better the spray paint. And once I distressed it, the paint, it came out really bad, and I was so worried because I didn't like it, and I will show you in a minute once I distress it. And to paint that kind of holder, I'm using the Rust-Oleum paint on color white. I just did 1 coat and I just let it dry, and once it was completely dry, I did a 2nd coat. I'm gonna be using this metal bottle cup, and I got it at Dollar Tree, and I'm just using the same spray paint, and I just let it dry completely. And to paint it, we're using again the Rust-Oleum paint on color white. I just did 1 coat and I just let it dry completely. I'm gonna go back again with the candle holder. I went with a piece of sandpaper just to distress it a little bit, and you guys can see the paint, it came out like right away, you know. But I just distressed it at the way that I want my candle holder, and it was really easy fix. I just went over with the Rust-Oleum paint, and it just covered a little bit those big pieces where the paint, it came out completely, you know. So like I mentioned, if you guys gonna create this project, I would recommend you guys to use any clear sealing spray to seal it first. Then you guys can apply the color of your preference. Like I said, I did it wrong, and you guys see it turned out really beautiful at the end, you know. But just learn from my mistakes. And also, I just went over and distressed it a little bit. This metal bottle cup, it turned out way better because the spray paint, it holds way better, you know. I'm gonna be using another beautiful image of this free printable that I found on Pinterest, and I just cut 1 piece and I just placed it on the middle, and it was the touch that I need. It turned out really beautiful, and I just did first 1 coat on Mod Podge, and I just placed the image, and I did another coat to seal it very well. And I just used a little bit of hot glue in a combination with E6000, but I think it's just way better just to use E6000, and I just put some pieces of the painter's tape so it can hold it into it dries completely. And I just removed the pieces of the painter's tape the next day. And the other thing that I regret, you know, I'm like, I didn't cover the holes where it had the hanger. But if you guys want to recreate this project, you guys can cover those holes, or once you place like a candle or greenery on the top, or any decor piece that you want to place, I'm pretty sure it's not going to show those holes, you know. And please let me know in the comments down below, with all the projects that I created for you guys today, which one it was your favorite. And I just want to take a minute to say thank you very much to UnicornDustDesigns Sammy for this big opportunity. I really appreciate it so much, and you guys can see I was super nervous to create this project for this talented friend. And please, if you guys love what you saw in this video, don't forget to give us us a big thumbs up. I would appreciate it so much. And please don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you so much and have an amazing day.
All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed Daisy DIY. Please make sure to check the links down below. It's going to be a link to her video with another 4 DIYs, and it's going to be a link to her channel. So if she was totally vibing with you, then make sure you like, make sure you subscribe to her. Also do the same thing for my video because it'll let YouTube know you guys are enjoying this and it'll share it with more people. And you guys, I am missing you. Hopefully baby M is here by now. She should be here by now. Oh my goodness. So I am so excited and I can't wait for you guys to see who our creator is next week. But again, make sure to show Daisy some love and go visit her channel. Thank you, Daisy, for participating in Spotlight Saturday. And I will see you guys back here soon. I always like, whenever I'm like, hi there, I feel like I'm gonna say like, hi there, ho there. Still got this bun in the oven. Let's see.